Hi, everybody. It's Deanna with Tools of EnergyProtection.com, your energy shift expert and Akashic Records advisor. Welcome to June 1st, 2021. I did have a few challenges today. I did tell you I was going to move our lives to 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And apparently, Facebook has changed a few things, so I had to get schooled up on that before I came on. So I do apologize for getting on late, but hey, here we are. So let's talk about Mercury in retrograde. So, a lot of times I come on and I don't always talk about the planets, but this time it's very important to talk about where we are in time and space and Mercury in retrograde. So, as you know, when the planets get in certain positions according to the Earth and what we're looking at, it will shift the vibrational frequency of the planet, which in turn shifts the vibrational frequency of humans and how we experience life. So, one of the biggest things that we are being shown right now, and I think Mercury retrograde happened on the 29th of May, so a couple days late. But if you think about it, what Mercury in retrograde is doing is it is working with all of us on our relationships and how our beliefs and our perceptions and our judgments are going to take us forward. So, we've been working on ourselves and self love and self worth. And if you didn't catch it last week, go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and look for the article that says, do you trust self-love? Okay, exercise to release limiting beliefs. And so I wrote out several steps. So this is something that you can go get right off the website for free on things to look at and how to go forward. Because this is a huge time for self-love. This is a huge time for going within in order to perceive what's going on without. And in that, there are several things that we are perceiving from within ourselves that we are projecting out. And our inner world will often reflect our outer world. So, what's ever going on the inside becomes like a huge magnet and it draws to us experiences of things that we can learn or not to. We can choose to learn or not to. And during this time of the Mercury retrograde, this is one of the biggest retrogrades in a very long time. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 100 years. And it is closer to the Earth, and it's just shifting the bioelectromagnetic frequency of the planet in huge ways. And then in turn, our minds are shifting and changing. So let me tell you a few things that you can look for to understand if you still have some work to do, because remember that this is the first few months of the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius is about letting go and about remapping ourselves and reworking how we experience the world. And that is a huge task for some of us because we've been in the same behavioral patterns over and over and over again that we can't even see it. A lot of times we can't even see what we've been doing that's been holding us in place, um, that's been holding us back. And so, one of the things that is popping up with a lot of the clients this week, and what I was talking to my guides about, is different aspects of relationships. So, if you're one of those people that is, currently not in a relationship, you might want to spend some time just working on yourself, working with yourself, thinking about who you were with last, what kind of triggers there were for you, and what kind of things showed up. I mean, what did the other person reflect back to you? Was it positivity? Was it love? Was it, negativity? Was it, showing you something within yourself that wasn't working for them in the relationship? That maybe you just thought, yeah, I'm not going to work on that right now, and you ended the relationship. So, those are good things to look at because the universe will continue to show you what's in your heart and what's in your mind. And the further we go along in this time and space that we're in now, the further that we go down that line, the more that we are going to receive information about ourselves, the more that we're going to see what we need to let go of, how our thoughts need to change, and how our perceptions and beliefs need to change. And so this is such a huge time, and the energies are supporting us. I've noticed on the Schumanns in my inner circle, we've talked about this. The Schumanns has gone really super crazy with the shifts of the planet. And then it's come back and it'll be normal for a while, and then it'll be another huge shift. And today when I looked, it's what I call scrubby. So it's up, down, up, down, up, down. So you might be feeling a lot of agitation, high amounts of anxiety, you know, feeling uncomfortable in current spots in your life. And that would be normal for now. So make sure you look at those. And if you don't know what's happening, chances are it's in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind stores a lot of memories from childhood. And when we're more at peace, they will come forward, they will come out, they will make themselves known, but they don't always give themselves a label or a title. Sometimes they just pop out and we have a lot of anxiety and we're like, I don't know why I'm having this anxiety. Well, when the anxiety starts, think about what you're doing. And if you've had, past issues with that, or if you used to be stressed out a lot in certain circumstances, that will also help you to know what's happening. So, across the board with my clients this week, what I saw was a lot of fear of abandonment. So, quite a few folks were in relationships that were toxic for them. And they're like, I can't do this anymore and I want to get out, but I'm afraid to. And so, when we peeked in to see what they were afraid of, what we found is in their early childhood, they had had people that had abandoned them mentally or emotionally. Um, and so for them to leave a toxic relationship meant that they would have to feel those deep feelings of abandonment within themselves in order to terminate the relationship. And that's scary. So that's one of the things. Another fear of abandonment that I talked to a young lady about this week was just having dealt with a lot of issues when she was younger, parents never home, nobody there to take care of her. And she lived a lot of her time by herself. And now she's desiring a relationship and she's not sure how to interact with the other person in a positive manner. So that is an abandonment of your old patterns, your old ways. You don't necessarily have to have grown up not knowing a lot of folks, but what were your old patterns? What were you taught early in childhood that's not serving you anymore in this post-COVID world? What are some of the things that you could turn loose of and change and be different about? The next thing I noticed is that there's a huge feeling of not being good enough. So a lot of folks are struggling with feeling like they're not worthy of receiving a good paying job. And that's simply not true. If you have it within yourself to have a great idea, or if you have it within yourself to be an entrepreneur, or if you have it within yourself to do better at your job or ask for a promotion, all those things are possible. It's just stepping out there and asking, for the promotion and knowing that you're worthy and that you are good enough, to get it. And if you aren't, then it's time to change jobs because you're very valuable and your time on this planet is limited. So you only have so long, to have a working life, and that's it. So why would you spend it making minimum wage when you could be doing so much more? Maybe you have to have a little bit more schooling. Maybe you have to learn a little bit more about a trade or something like that. But you can move yourself into a better position in this post-COVID world. It is an amazing place to be right now, and there's all kinds of opportunities. You just have to open your eyes and ask Spirit, and don't have any fear about the reality that you're currently creating. Because that's another part of this uh, post-COVID world, this age of Aquarius, is it's so much faster and easier to create your reality. Have you noticed lately how things seem to be just really super slow, almost in a slow-mo, but almost like they're going really fast at the same time? It's just kind of a weird dynamic and a weird feeling. And that has to do with the electromagnetic energy that the planets are putting us through right now and the paces. So this is the most beautiful time for you to claim your beautiful self, your divine nature, and to see who you really are. And if you got a lot of trauma drama going out around you, with other people, then it might be time to cut those dramas off. And, if those people are close to you, maybe living with you, and you can't really cut them off, it's time to draw some boundaries, some really safe boundaries. And you might have pushback. But once you establish that boundary of where you are, who you are, and what you're doing, people will, begin to either respect it or they'll leave the playing field. It's really that simple. So, anyway, if you're interested in hearing more about the Schumann's frequency and how that's affecting people's physical health, your health, or how it's affecting your relationships, then I invite you to go to toolsofenergyprotection.com and click on Energy Shift Inner Circle and join us for Wednesday nights where we get together and talk about these things in detail. So, just a few housekeeping notes. I'm still working through my recovery. I haven't been feeling well for about 3 weeks, and so I have reduced the number of clients one to one that I am seeing, and I'm putting together some classes so that I can work with more of you uh, in less time. Um, and I appreciate you working with me. If I haven't reached out to you yet to reschedule your appointment, please do reach out to me at toolsofenergyprotection.com. There's an email there that you can email me, and I'll try to get you rescheduled. So that's it for this week. Again, I'm going to be doing these lives now at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time, reposting them here on Facebook, reposting them on YouTube, and my channel or my website, toolsofenergyprotection.com, so I can spend some more time with my family. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, please put them down here below and I will answer them. And I shall see you all next week.